This is my friend Jay. Auralithic Collective is his side gig, a talent agency for creative people. Right now, his musical project, Hello Ghost, and my solo act, Sundream, are signed to Auralithic. As we're expanding, we are taking on more ambitious tasks. We want to grow the label, and we're not just limiting ourselves to music, but to creative and artistic-minded people like ourselves. Yo, what's up? How's it going, dude? Hell yeah. I'm doing well, man. Um, just to kind of talk to you about like this Auralithic Collective website. I'm super excited, and I want to say thank you for having me as your creative director or videographer and all that. To my audience, if I could introduce you, this is Jay Jones, head of Auralithic Collective. I'd like to ask you, what is Auralithic Collective to you, and like, why does it matter?
Yeah, for sure. Well, Orlithic Collective to me is something that just kind of spawned from the want to create something impactful, specifically for underground independent music. I live in the music capital of the world, Austin, Texas, and I would feel like I am, you know, not living to my true potential if I'm not actually giving something back in that. And so, whenever I was creating my musical venture with Hello Ghost, I signed up for like this DistroKid profile, and it was like, oh, you can like type in your own record label. And I was like, yo, this is sick. Like, what can I make as a record label? And I even remember texting you, like, kind of going back and forth, and I was like, oh, Orlithia maybe, and then that went to Oralithic. And so, to me, Oralithic is a collective of creatives, artists from all walks and all links, not just relative to music, not just relative to like film or photography, but I'm talking everything. It could be musicians, videographers, special effects, people who even just create like physical art, sculptures, or even digital art, even something like creating stickers, clothing, fashion, whatever you can think of that has real, true, and raw creation behind it. That's what we are. One of the quotes that I've been kind of saying with Orlithic is, "We're manufactured on feeling," and I think that describes it pretty well.
I want to get the vibes of this conversation and like especially your where you are in your mindset. I want to get those down in the website. As far as like site design, are there anything in terms of like visuals or inspiration that you'd like to pull from?
Honestly, nothing specific comes to mind. I kind of want you to have full reign and like full reign, full control, because I really liked what you had like done for yourself whenever you created your portfolio website.
Mm-hmm.
I think having like no web design knowledge whatsoever, just using your artistic knowledge and then translating that with code turned out really well. And so I want something like that. I want it to speak to what it is. So I want it to be raw. I want it to be kind of have that messy punk energy, that alternative like just kind of like fuck yeah energy.
Yeah.
I always default to just calling it like that skater vibe.
I definitely have a vision in mind of how I would want it to be. And I think, especially for like SEO, I think it'd be a really good idea for your artist page. Like for example, Hello Ghost should have an artist page that not only has its releases under that page, but like you get to tell your story, you get to talk about it, even stuff that you didn't necessarily like promote as a full project. It all lives there, even in just text and content. So then you can talk about it, and then that lets Google pull. It lets the algorithm pull the content from it, the keywords. So
Yeah, no, I love that. I think that sounds like a great idea. Yeah, I think for now, let's just stick with Hello Ghost, Sundream, and Beacon as the main three artists.
yeah,
TBD on adding other people, and then if we do, we'll just add them later. I'm gonna work on getting like the actual like orlithiccollective.com domain Um, yeah, I think like honestly, in my head, that's like really all I want to make sure that we have some sort of like main highlight, and then like artist pages, and then whatever else you can think of, and then however you want to design it. You know, you are creative director, so take full creative control and like truly like make it speak to what you think Auralithic is to you, and from what I've said, and yeah, I think it'll be sick, man.
Well, so I would love to pitch that same question to you. Do you have anything coming up that you would like to plug at the moment?
Yeah, I think so. Right now, definitely check out Hello Ghost, HXGGHXST. Check out botanicaldreams.zip. That is my latest EP. I think you'll really like it. If not, just subscribe to my YouTube channel. I post a lot of different types of music. It's very ambient, very ethereal, very experimental. So if you like electronic music, you like shit that's experimental, hey, you might like my stuff. So come check it out. Yeah, good luck with the website. Let me know if you need anything, like any sort of like assets, images, or any whatever. I'll send you like some description, bios, and read me stuff. So
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I'll definitely keep in touch with you, dude. I appreciate you jumping on the call.
yeah, for sure, man. Take care, and I'll talk to you later, bro.
Take it easy. I made myself a portfolio website back in August of 2024, and it took me about 2 weeks to end up with what I would call a 4 out of 10. I'm totally satisfied with how it looks and functions, but it doesn't scale well. It doesn't have much functionality beyond linking to my GitHub or previous projects, and I think I can do a simpler, better build. The goal is to have a visually strong, scalable website that links to the artist pages, as well as having a contact us for Auralithic Collective. I basically stayed at this library from open to close and then moved to a Whole Foods where they had one seat with an outlet. It is 10 o'clock a.m., Monday, April 28th. Excuse me. We are going to get the website finished up, ready to launch, and we're going to hand it over to Jay to get it over the finish line. Yeah, I think we should be good to go. I'm no web developer, obviously, and I had this conversation with Jay yesterday that I don't like web development because I don't understand it. I'm a very visual person, so I will be very particular about the way things look, and I can easily see myself getting caught in the weeds, much less executing how something looks. So ironically, I need to spend more time doing that so that I know how to do what I want, and that way I don't have to spend so much time learning how to do what I want. And so here's the website. I'm really proud of how it turned out. We wanted to really capture that Auralithic feeling, and I think we did just that. I love how these artist pages are looking, really highlighting all of the platforms that the specific artist can be found on, as well as linking out to their external pages like a Bandcamp or YouTube channel. And since we're not limited to just musical artists, a YouTube channel can be listed on the artist page, and then we can break out those specific projects by type. We'll finish out Hello Ghost's content later, but his page is now built. And we've got the artist page that will be here for future artists, as well as a contact us page. On April 18th, I was asked to be the creative director and videographer for Auralithic Collective. We set up this interview series called Inside the Mind to let our alumni talk about their projects, their workflow, and overall inspiration.
I'd like to work with you, but like maybe this is not like what I'm kind of like.
I mentioned during our office tour that 2025 is going to be a more productive and overall creative year for us, and this is what it's amounting to. So please go check out Auralithic Collective. I feel like this is a really good time for you to get into it now before it blows up. You can get some real street hipster cred. Feel free to reach out to us if you're interested in becoming part of the underground.